You might think that daily bowl of oatmeal or slice of whole wheat toast is a ticket to good health. But what if I told you some of those so-called health foods are secretly speeding up the aging process? That they could be putting you at a higher risk for heart disease, brain fog, and chronic inflammation? Stick around, because we're about to expose the top 5 foods you should stop eating after 60. And the number 1 offender is probably sitting in your kitchen right now, disguised as a quick and easy meal. As we hit our 60s and beyond, our bodies change. It's just a fact of life. Our metabolism isn't what it used to be, our nutritional needs shift, and our immune system might not be the powerhouse it once was. But that's not a reason to worry, it's a reason to adapt. The diet that worked for you in your 30s or 40s might actually be working against you now, quietly fueling the exact health problems you're trying to avoid. Many foods we see every day, even the ones with healthy labels, can be like ticking time bombs for age-related issues. They can drive up blood pressure, weaken bones, and fuel painful inflammation. The great news? Spotting and ditching these foods is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, your energy, and your longevity. So, let's count down the 5 worst offenders that might be lurking in your kitchen and show you the simple, delicious swaps you can make for a longer, healthier life. First up, let's talk about the king of convenience, the deli sandwich. A few slices of turkey, ham, or salami seems like such a harmless, easy way to get some protein. But behind that convenience is a serious health risk, especially for anyone over 60. The main villain here is sodium. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to salt, which means even a small amount can make your blood pressure spike. And high blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. It doesn't have symptoms, but it steadily damages your arteries, raising your risk for heart attack and stroke. A single 2-ounce serving of some deli meats can have over 700 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly half of the ideal 1,500 milligram daily limit the American Heart Association recommends for most older adults. But it's not just the salt. To preserve them, these meats are often cured or smoked and treated with chemical additives like nitrates. Long-term studies have consistently linked diets high in processed meats to a greater risk of chronic diseases and even early death, particularly from heart disease. Plus, the constant inflammation these meats can cause may worsen arthritis pain and strain your kidneys, which are already working harder with age. It's a daily habit that slowly chips away at your body's foundation. This one's easy. Instead of prepackaged deli meats, go for freshly cooked protein. Roast a chicken or turkey breast at the start of the week and slice it yourself for sandwiches. Canned tuna or salmon in water is another fantastic, low-sodium option that's packed with heart-healthy omega-3. Next, let's tackle the meal where so many of us think we're doing the right thing, breakfast. Those colorful cereal boxes promising vitamins and whole grains, or that quick muffin you grab with your coffee. They're some of the most deceptive foods out there. Most of them are just dessert pretending to be a healthy start to your day. The problem is double-barreled. They're packed with added sugar and made from refined carbs that have been stripped of all their fiber. When you eat a bowl of sugary cereal, your body digests it almost instantly. This sends a huge surge of glucose into your bloodstream, and your pancreas has to go into overdrive, pumping out insulin to handle it all. For anyone over 60, whose body might already be dealing with insulin resistance, this morning sugar rush is especially harmful. This cycle doesn't just leave you feeling foggy and irritable an hour later. Over time, it fuels chronic inflammation, a root cause of almost every major age-related disease. All that sugar also speeds up a process called glycation. Think of it as your cells browning from the inside out. This damages the proteins that keep your skin firm, leading to more wrinkles. In short, that healthy breakfast could literally be aging you. Ditch the boxes and pastries. A much better choice is a bowl of plain, unsweetened oatmeal or Greek yogurt. Top it with a handful of fresh berries for natural sweetness and antioxidants, and a sprinkle of nuts for healthy fats and protein. This combination gives you slow, steady energy that will keep you full and sharp all morning. No sugar crash required. On a chilly day, what's more comforting than a hot bowl of soup? Popping open it can feel so simple and cozy. But for anyone over 60, Most of those canned soups are a health trap hiding in plain sight. The biggest problem, yet again, is sodium. To make them last on the shelf and taste better, companies pump canned soups full of shocking amounts of salt. Just 1 cup of a popular chicken noodle soup can have over 800 milligrams of sodium. And let's be honest, most people eat the whole can, doubling that in one meal. This is a direct hit to your cardiovascular system. All that sodium makes your body hold on to water, increasing blood volume. This forces your heart to work harder and drives your blood pressure sky high, straining your arteries and kidneys. In seniors, this can even cause dangerous fluid retention and swelling. And it's not just the salt. Many canned soups contain refined starches and cheap pasta, which just add to the blood sugar problems we just talked about. They're missing the fiber and nutrients you'd get from a real, homemade soup. Making your own soup is way easier than you think and 1,000 times healthier. Make a big pot of low-sodium chicken or vegetable broth on the weekend and freeze it in portions. When you want soup, just heat up the broth and toss in whatever you have: leftover chicken, frozen veggies, a handful of lentils, or some whole grain barley. You control the salt, you boost the nutrients, and you get a meal that actually supports your health. Real cheese can be a great source of calcium and protein. But you have to understand the huge difference between real cheese and the stuff legally called processed cheese food or cheese product. Those perfectly square, individually wrapped orange slices, the squeezy cheese in a can, they are not your friends, especially for your bones and heart. These products are often made of less than 51% actual cheese. Per FDA regulations, to be called pasteurized processed cheese food, a product must contain at least 51% cheese, but many barely meet that minimum. The rest is a mix of water, milk proteins, emulsifying salts, and artificial colors. Those emulsifiers can mess with your body's mineral balance, which is a big deal for seniors at risk for osteoporosis. At the same time, the high sodium content makes your body get rid of calcium, further weakening your bones. So the food you think is helping your bones might actually be hurting them. The high levels of saturated fat and sodium also contribute to high cholesterol and hypertension, setting the stage for heart disease. These are ultra-processed foods, engineered for a long shelf life and perfect meltiness, not for nutrition. Read the label and choose real cheese. Aged cheeses like Parmesan, Cheddar, or Swiss in moderation offer much more nutritional value. Even better, look for other calcium-rich foods. Plain yogurt, cottage cheese, and leafy greens like kale are all great for supporting bone health without all the junk in processed cheese products. And here we are at number 1. The worst food for seniors, a true symbol of convenience culture that attacks your health from every angle. The ultra-processed frozen dinner or ready meal. We're talking about frozen pizzas, microwave lasagnas, and pre-packaged diet lunches. They promise a full meal in minutes, but what they really deliver is a concentrated dose of everything a body over 60 is trying to fight. These meals are the grand finale of all the problems we've discussed. They are loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and refined carbs, while being almost completely stripped of fiber and real nutrients. This combination is a recipe for disaster. It fuels inflammation, raises blood pressure and cholesterol, and throws your blood sugar completely out of whack. Major recent studies have drawn a frighteningly direct line between eating a lot of ultra-processed foods and an increased risk of early death. Research tracking hundreds of thousands of older adults found that the more of these foods people ate, the higher their risk of death from all causes, especially heart disease. Some studies found that a 10% increase in ultra-processed food intake was linked to around a 15% higher risk of all-cause mortality. Italian researchers even found these foods can speed up biological aging, making your cells get older faster. You're not just eating a meal, you're eating a product engineered to be addictive, but one that could ultimately shorten your life. The solution is wonderfully simple. Eat real, whole foods. Batch cooking is your secret weapon. Spend an hour or 2 on the weekend preparing healthy ingredients for the week. Grill some chicken, roast a tray of vegetables, cook a pot of quinoa, hard-boil some eggs. With these building blocks ready to go, you can throw together a healthy, tasty meal faster than you can preheat the oven for a frozen pizza. Getting rid of these 5 foods processed meats, sugary breakfasts, canned soups, fake cheese, and frozen meals, isn't about punishment. It's about taking back control. It's about choosing to fuel your body with the vibrant, nourishing foods it actually needs to thrive. By making these simple changes, you are actively lowering your risk of chronic disease, boosting your energy, sharpening your mind, and adding more healthy, happy years to your life. The power to transform your health is right there on your plate. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more essential health tips. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these foods was the biggest surprise? And for your next step, be sure to check out our video to find out what you should be eating. Your journey to better health starts right now.